In this video, I want to show you how you can use the Mega Pack to add page numbers to your templates or interiors. Now you can use this feature regardless if you create your content in PowerPoint, Keynote, OpenOffice, LibreOffice, Google Slides, any program that can save a file as a PPTX file or a ODP as OpenOffice file. Alternatively, you can also use this feature if you have a PDF file. So if you've created a PDF file from Canva, from Affinity Designer, Photoshop, Illustrator, etc., you can also use this feature to add page numbers. So let's jump right in. So once the Mega Pack is loaded, next to choose an option, you want to go down to insert page numbers, hit OK. Now our first option here is, do we want to add page numbers to a new or existing file? So obviously if you already have your interior or template, you want to hit existing file. However, what you can do is you can create a completely new blank file with your page numbers on, that you can then work on with your book, and create your interior in by importing the file into Canva or using the file that's created in PowerPoint, OpenOffice, Google Slides, etc. So to start with, let's create a brand new file. So click OK on New. Now our first option at the top is for our page setup. Now here we can choose the size of our interior in inches. So I'm going to put 8.5 by 11. Our next option is to choose our shape setup. Now this is the size of the shape or text box that the software will create that has our page numbers in. So with the width, it doesn't matter too much how wide you have it. I would just keep it to at least under half of the slide width. So I'm going to go for 4. With our shape height, 0.5 works perfectly fine in most instances. So I'm going to leave it the same. However, if you notice your text getting a little squashed or not fitting in the text box correctly, particularly if you choose a lot larger font sizes than 20, then do play around with this to find the perfect settings for yourself. Now our next options here is our distance from the outside margin. So if you're wanting to have, say for example, a 0.5 left and right margin on your interior, what you'd need to do here is again put at least a 0.5 in this box, because then that will respect your ½ inch margin on either side of the document. So I'm going to put 0.5 here. Now our next option is our shape top. So that's the distance from the top of our slide or our page. Now as you can see here, my slide height is 11. So if I want a minimum of say ½ inch again at the bottom, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off ½ inch, so that would be 10.5. And then because my shape height is also 0.5, I'm going to take off another 0.5. So then that equals 10. So I'm going to put my shape top as 10. That's because I want a 0.5 margin and my shape height is 0.5. So to figure out where your shape top is, again, you want to take off the margin that you want in this example 0.5, and take off your shape height as well, and that will leave you with the figure that you want to put in shape top. Now our next option here is for our font and formatting. Now in here, as you can see, we've got a variety of different ways we can display the page number. You can select any one of these. I'm just going to select this one here, and then we can choose a font. Now you can choose from any font that you have installed on your computer, and then as you choose one, you'll see the preview next to the drop down box here. Our next option is our font size, and then our text alignment. Now if you want the text to appear on the outside of every page, so that is to the left and right margin. So on the first page it'd be to the outside, to the second page to the left, third page to the right, etc. On the outside corner of every page, then hit the outside button here. If, however, for example, you've put your shape in the middle of the page and you want your page number to be in the middle, hit center, and then you can also have an option to have your page number on the inside of the text box as well. But for this example and most instances, outside is perfect. And then our next option here is our text alignment. And because I want this right at the bottom, of the shape, to take advantage, of the space, rather than having it at the top, I have right at the bottom. That means my margins will be exact at 0.5, but you can of course put in the top, in the middle, or the bottom. You can choose whether to have it bold or italic. And then finally, our file setup. So we can choose how many pages we want to create. Let's do 100. What page do you want to start adding page numbers from? So this is what page in your created file that you want the first page number to appear. Let's do, 5. What page do you want to add page numbers to? So I'm going to go right to the end with 100, but you can of course do any range that you like. And then finally, what number should we start from? So as it's on 1 here, page 5 would be page 1, page 6 would be page 2, etc. But we can change this again to any number that you like. Let's start that at 5 as well. And then if we hit save as, and then here we're given an option to choose a PowerPoint file, PDF file, or an open office presentation. Now, if you're wanting to import into Canva, if you're wanting to use in LibreOffice, PowerPoint, Office Online, Google Slides, Keynote, etc., choose a PowerPoint file. Obviously, OpenOffice and LibreOffice also and PowerPoint support OpenOffice presentations as well. And if you're using something like Affinity Designer, Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, anything like that, you can also select a PDF file. Now, because I want to show you it in PowerPoint and in Canva, I'm going to choose a PowerPoint file. Let's call that 100 pages. Hit save, hit OK, and it's done. And then if I open that in PowerPoint, just wait for that to load. Now, as you can see here, my first 4 pages are blank, and my first page is page 5. As you can see, it goes all the way through on the outside margin all the way down to 100. And again, this is just like a text box like you've created yourself. So you can also modify it, delete some, type in, and then whatever you like. It's as if you've created it yourself. And now if I just close that, and then what you can also do is import that into Canva. So once you're logged into Canva, hit the little upload icon here. And then what we're going to do, we're going to select our 100 pages file we created. Just wait for that to upload. And then again, just go with this. You can see my first 4 pages are blank. And then after that, I have my page numbers on either side, all the way down to page 100. Which is great if you want to start your interior like this. Now the next option is, I'm going to show you, is if you've already created your interior and you have it in either a PowerPoint or an OpenOffice or a PDF file, I'm going to now show you how you can add page numbers to that. So we're going to go back into the Mega Pack. We're going to hit Insert Page Numbers. This time we're going to hit Existing. Hit OK. Now as you can see, the layout is pretty similar, but at the top, rather than choosing our trim size, we're going to select the file that we want to add page numbers to. So if I hit PDF files here, again you can choose PowerPoint, OpenOffice or PDF. Hit this interior to here. And this time, again, as you're selecting an existing file, it will show your width and height and page count in these 3 boxes here. So now we've loaded our file, we want to go on to our shape setup. So here I'm going to go for a shape width of 4. Again, as I said in the previous example, generally, as long as it's under half the total width, you're all good. My next option is my height. I'm going to do 0.5 again. As I said before as well, in most instances, 0.5 is perfectly fine. It's only if you're going to be whacking up the font size a lot that you might need to increase this. Now, my next option here is for my distance from the outside margin. So again, if you've created your interior and you want to have, and you've set it up to have a half an inch margin, you want to put 0.5 here or higher. And if you've put a 1 inch margin, then you want to have 1 inch or higher there. So this value should be your margin, your left and right margin value. So at least, you can do more of course, but if you want to have it lined up then with your content, then this should be your outside margin value. Now my next option here is my shape top. So that's the distance that my shape or my text box is from the top of the page. Now, the way to work out where you want this to be is take off your desired bottom margin. So for example, I want to have a minimum of 0.5 inches at the bottom. So I would take 0.5 off of here. That leaves me at 10.5. And then I'd also take off the shape height, which is 0.5. So then that leaves me with 10. So I'm going to put 10. And then that way I will have a 0.5 inch margin at the bottom. Now my next option here is of course to select my font and formatting and the way I want to display the page number. Again, you can choose any of these options here. I can choose my font. So any font that's installed on your computer, and then you'll get a little preview to the right here. I can choose my font size, my text alignment. So in most instances, if you're wanting to create the page number to be on the outside of the outside of each page, you want to see outside here. So that means obviously on the left page, it'd be on the outside left, on the right page, on the outside right. In most instances, you want to hit outside. If, however, you're creating or adding page numbers in the center of your slide, and you've adjusted your shape to be in the center, then hit center. Otherwise, another option, if you want it, is also inside. But in this example, I'm going to go outside. And then with my text align, because I want to make the most of my space and have the page number right in the bottom of the shape or the text box, I'm going to hit bottom to line it at the bottom of the shape. But again, you can also choose top or middle in addition as well. We can choose if we want to have it bold and or italic. Now my final options here is what page do I want to start adding page numbers from. So you can start adding page numbers from any page that you want. I'm going to start from the beginning. Actually, let's start from page 2 in this example. And then what page do I want to add the numbers to? Again, you can choose any range you want here. You can do 2 to 5, 2 to 100, whatever you want. 20 to 100, it's completely up to you what fits your needs. But in this example, I'm going to go all the way to the end, 120. And then what number should we start with? Start with page 2. And then, well, actually, I'm going to change this to 119. And I'm going to change that to 1, actually, for this example. Just because I know at the end of this file, I've got a blank page. So once we've got our desired settings, hit Save As. And then do interior with page numbers. Hit Save, and then OK. We'll just wait for that to create. Hit OK. If we go into here, you see my interior with page numbers. As you can see, from page 2 onwards, I have my page numbers inserted into my PDF, and then these go all the way down to just before the last page, which I left blank. Now I'm going to quickly show you the same again, but adding to a PowerPoint file, just because I want to show you how to, if you want to put your page number in the middle, I want to show you that as well. So again, let's go back to insert page numbers, and we want to do existing file. I'm going to choose my PowerPoint file here. Again, I won't go through all the options. I just want to show you quickly how to make a page number in the center of your slides. So as you can see here, my width is 8.5. So what you want to do, and the easy way to put your page number in the middle, is to put your shape width the same as your page width. So 8.5 and 8.5, like so. Distance from the outside margin, you want to be 0. Shape height, again, is generally in most instances 0.5, but if you do ramp the font size up, you may find you need to increase this slightly. And my shape top here, that distance from the top, again, if I want to have a 0.5 margin, for example, what I would need to do is take 0.5 off of height, and then because my shape height is 0.5, take off another 0.5, and that will leave me with 10. So my shape top is 10. Again, choose my page no text, my font with a preview to the side, my font size, and then with my alignment, I'm going to leave that on center because I want it in the center of the page. And then my text align here, I can choose top, middle, or bottom. Doesn't matter too much, but because I want to make the most to ensure that the page number doesn't overlap anything, I want to hit that right at the bottom of the shape. And then whether I want that in bold or italic. And then finally, my page, my file setup. What page do you want to start adding your page numbers from? So again, you can choose any number that you like, say from page 2. And then what page do you want to add the numbers to? I'm going to do 119. And then what number should we start from? So with 1 here, page 2 would be 1, page 3 would be 2, and so on. You can choose any number that you want to start from at all, any number. It doesn't even have to be in the range of these numbers. If you wanted to start from page 300, you could. And again, obviously you can do any range of numbers here. Let's leave it on page 1, hit save as, and then we're going to do tier of pages, hit save, hit OK. And then that's done, and then that's here. I just open that in PowerPoint. Let's wait for that to load. And as you can see here, I've got my page numbers in the center, and they go all the way down to page 119, which with my numbering is 118, like so. So I hope this quick introduction video to the insert page number feature of the Mega Pack helps you. Thank you for watching.